If you see these two photos on Instagram, which cake looks more delicious and makes you want to click in to see more on gut feel? More specifically, if we put the price on both cakes, when the price is the same, which one do you prefer to buy? If you choose the cake on the right, you can fully feel how a photo can increase click rate, even more realistically, more sales. In comparison, the photo on the left is more visually rigid because the arrangement of the picture is relatively simple, making it more difficult to trigger associations and limiting the possibility of premiums at the same time. In this video, Blue Lake Shot will demonstrate 3 key points of adding props to the picture so that you can stop just blindly stuffing props into the picture and avoid unnecessary back and forth attempt. Let's take a look. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on your little bell to get more information on the latest mobile photography for free. Just as people wear special outfits, whether it's because of their own preferences, trying to build a personal imagery, or even want to show social status, or external decorations, whether from their own or other people's view, to some extent, represent a sense of identity or even a level positioning, which will ultimately lead to emotions. From the 2 photos above, we can directly see the difference in the number of objects on the picture. Therefore, the first key point of matching these props when taking photo is to when there's only the main subject in the picture, no other place can be seen in the whole picture except it. But also because of this, the time to look at the photo will be relatively short. However, if some props are added to the picture, such as the part of the photo labeled 1 to 6, when the number of objects in the picture increases, the brain will need more time to process the information, which in turn increases the retentivity time to view the photo. Of course, it's not the more props in the picture the better. It's necessary to manage the overall appearance in accordance with the actual needs, rather than to a point of confusion. When we look closely at the photo on the right, we will find that, in fact, every prop in the picture is not randomly placed. If you observe them carefully, you will find that there is a common rule. Similarly, we first set up the background paper and cloth, and then put the object into the picture one by one in order. While we place them, we can observe that even though the main subject is surrounded by a lot of accompanying objects, the proportion of all the accompanying objects is smaller than the main subject, or even only partially exposed. And even the larger accompanying objects are placed far away from the lens of the cell phone. The main subject is also specially placed on the iron plate, padded slightly higher. Through the cell phone screen, we can tell that placing the main subject at the intersection of the cell phone grid line is beneficial for visual focus. After this sequence of arrangement, the ultimate goal is to make the viewer notice the cake at first glance. Just like watching a drama, the cake and the surrounding props together streaming out the intricate plot, which can attract more attention than a monologue with only the main character. Remember to add a reflector to the backlight area as well. Also, don't forget to use the sense of immediacy that we mentioned before for a more visually appealing photo. In addition to the 2 key points above, there's a 3rd key point in using props. We can obviously see from the placement process, all the other elements were not in the picture at the beginning of the shooting. We set up the scene in order to better present the state of the main subject, starting at the position of the lens. From near to far, we can divide the photo on the right into 6 main parts, which seems to be harmonious and casual on the surface, but in fact are all well designed. If you look closely, you can find that all the accompanying objects, except for the main subject, draw the visual focus to the position of the main subject, either intentionally or unintentionally. If you want to take a photo with a sense of premium, making use of the overall atmosphere, which is seemingly natural but actually designed to bring the viewer into a certain scene, is much more emotionally stimulating than direct and rigid photography. Fun photography at home. Have you learned it? If you have any questions about taking pictures or arranging props, please leave us a message, and we will make it into a tutorial video to reply. It's not hard to take pictures, just try it.